This is a rare map of South Dakota shortly after it became South Dakota, and done by McNally, and it was the kind that would have been in railroad offices, shipping companies, etc., and showing as much detail as people knew in 1889. Some of the base things were started in the 1870s, but this is the 1902 version of it. And one of the salient factors about South Dakota is the Black Hills, where they discovered gold in the 1870s and started developing in the 80s. That it was Lakota territory, and the government was supposed to defend that, but they ended up sending George Armstrong Custer and troops to protect the American miners, etc. So there's quite a bit of development right in here where there was economic interest. But the rest of the country was plains and grazing country, big ranching country. And there were lakes and water over in the east part, and next to a couple of rivers. And but it had been, rapidly developed, because this was kind of like due west from Chicago, and where the railroads were coming from. And they split North and South Dakota in 1889. And as I said, this is also, I just mentioned, but besides the Custer, we have the story of Sitting Bull, and I just bring that in because he was Lakota, and he was protecting the Black Hills, which was a sacred area for them. Well, he was captured, and I think the Canadian Royal Mounted Police took possession of Sitting Bull. At any rate, one of the really kind of odd things about this is my next door neighbor when I was growing up, Mrs. Lauda, had grown up in Canada, in that area. Her father was a Canadian Mounted Police in charge of, overseeing Sitting Bull and his party during the negotiations. And she actually sat in Sitting Bull's lap at one point during the negotiations. It's a small world. At any rate, this is a very rare map, and very in good shape. The backside, which is not all that important, has a world map and the presidents up at this time. And it's really interesting to say also that the last president, the current president when this map was made, was Teddy Roosevelt, who really had an abiding interest in this part of the West.